Hello, my name is Kirby, coach of the Winnipeg Blue Blastoise in the BBR. This is my team builder video. I hope you watch and enjoy. Please subscribe. Hello? Hey! For the last 4 weeks, I have been saying that this game don't matter because we're locked for playoffs. It's playoff time, baby. Welcome to the team builder. I don't do team builders normally, but it's playoff season. Why not go big or go home? I also need the watch hours. Go watch my videos. I'm really close to monetization. Okay, thank you. Round number 1, we are taking on none other than my boy John Jr. If you guys haven't checked out John, please go check him out. I love John to death, and he's a phenomenal person, phenomenal coach, phenomenal friend, just phenomenal human being as a whole. So make sure you guys go check out John. And if you guys are excited for today's team builder video, make sure to like button and subscribe button down below. Did you know that about 70% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed? That's an insane number to me, so I'd really appreciate you lowering that number. I upload competitive Pokemon content every single week about Draft League and whatnot, so I'd really appreciate you guys sticking around. So my team builder videos are not like everyone else's. Most team builders, they have the team on the screen and they read you what it says on the screen. Now, I'm going to assume that because you got here, you can read. I'm just, if you can't, no harm on you. Listen, I struggle to read too sometimes, but I'm going to assume you can read. So how about I actually team build, and I'll build the team with you guys. So this is my thought process building the team. Let's get into it. All right, so with that being said, let's get a matchup on the screen. Above my head should be my team. Below my head should be John's team. Popping up right about now. I would hate myself post for that. All right, so you guys can see John's team. I'm gonna be looking over here because listen, post editing magic. John's got the Chien-Pao, Goldengo, Glimmora, Quackovolg, Cyclizar, Slowbro, Wo-Chen, Dash Bud, Kilowattrel, Sandaconda, and Dondozo. If you guys don't know our team already, it consists of the Iron Bundle, Volcarona, King Gambit, Slowking, Serena, Iron Jugelis, Gardevoir, Palmot, Hippowdon, Lycanroc, and Muck. So, looking at John's team, the first thing I look at is what Pokemon does he have? What do they do? So he has Chien-Pao. That is our team captain from last season. It's Terra with Terra Dark and Terra Fairy. Pokemon's broken. Literally Okos or Suico's my entire team. Goldengo's kind of a bitch, but I do have a lot of special bulk on my team. Lots of especially bulky Pokemon. Things like Slowking, Hippowdon, Muck, Jugelis. Really just bulky Pokemon that kind of sit down on Goldengo. I do have the double Dark Core, so I'm not overly scared of Goldengo. Glimmora has hazards. Our only removal is Serena. Serena does dick cheese into this matchup. It does nothing. So, we are already in a bad spot with Chien-Pao plus Glimmora. Quackovolg, kind of annoying. We do have things like Slowking to defensively check it and Bundle to offensively check it. Cyclizar, I mean, it's there. It's not good. It's not bad. It's kind of there. Slowbro's fat and annoying, but we do have the double dark Volcarona. We got Palmot. We got Serena. We got Bundle. I'm really not scared of Slowbro. We got Fuzzy Snail. Again, Volcarona, Iron Bundle, Jugelis, Muck, Palmot. Like, I'm really not scared. I've Gardevoir as well. Dash Bun, same boat. Doesn't really do anything here. Kilowattrel John has been using phenomenally this season. It's a scary fucking Pokemon. It is an offensive Zapdos. It gets U-turn. It just flying electric actually hits my team for very, very hard. So that's something I really have to pay a lot of attention to. Sandaconda is something I'm actually genuinely scared of, as I do think it is one of his better Palmot checks, as Palmot actually kind of runs train on his team. Electric plus fighting looks very solid on the John's team. And then RIP Bozo is your boy Dondozo. It could be a couple different things. I actually could see Dondozo coming as like a Spadef set to try and check Bundle and Volcarona and things like that. So, enough chitty chat and let's put a Pokemon on the screen. So, my team is very, very commonly built the same way. We build around Bundle and Volcarona, and this week is no different, as Volcarona and Iron Bundle do very well. This week, we're also keeping in mind Palmot does very well as well. So, sitting down in the team builder, the first Pokemon I put down on the team is none other than GE, our Volcarona. GYE evolve in a rap game. It's a male, and we are going with Terra Water. I really like Terra Water this week because John, it just helps with Chien-Pao, Quackovolg, Dondozo. Like, the things that check it really don't break waters very well as Dondozo. As well as being a nice check like Goldengo and things like that. Becoming a water type makes me beat Glimmora, which is really nice. And, yeah. So, set that instantly popped in my mind. There's a couple of different sets I was toying around with that I really liked. There was a Sub Bug Buzz, there was a Silver Powder Bug Buzz, there was just Quiver Dance, but Volcarona has really bad 3 moveslot syndrome, so regardless of how I build the set, it's going to need a teammate to help break it. So the set that I found worked the best for me, that I really liked here, was going to be Heavy Duty Boots, obviously, because we don't have great hazard control. We are going to go Swarm, as there really isn't anything I'm flame bodying on this team. If you really look at it, like, yeah, there's Chenpao, but I can live one crunch and that's it. Goldengo, not getting a flame body. Glamora, Quackaball, I guess. But I have Terra and I'm staying on Quackaball and it's just not worth it. Cyclozar, not really. Like, there really isn't a whole lot that I'm really baiting the flame body for. And Swarm really does help with the Bug Buzz. Obviously, that's why we're Swarm. We are also going to go with Giga Drain, Terra Blast, and Quiver Dance. So, this is the set I wanted. Now, for EVs, I usually go for very bulky Volcarona, and this week is no different. Offense really hasn't changed a whole lot in terms of roles and what it can and can't kill. So my main goal of Volcarona was to live a Chenpao crunch from full. Now, here's the thing. The first thing I was looking at is speed tiers. The first thing I was looking at is speed tiers. So, his Pokemon go from Cyclozar down to Dash Button. I'm not speed creeping a dash button. You cannot pay me enough money to outspeed a max speed dash button. If John beats me with a max speed dash button, I will fly to Indiana and kick him in his stupid fucking face. So, we're gonna go down to the next Pokemon, which is Glamora. I do want to outspeed Glamora, 1, because I can kill it, but 2, also because I'm outspeeding max speed Quackaball and Goldengo anyways, so I may as well invest a little bit extra to outspeed the motherfucking dude guy. So that is going to take us to 144 and Timid. I'm totally not looking at my notes. I know that off the top of my head. So, with 364, we can invest in a lot of defense. We still can't live Terra Dark, Adamant, Black Glasses Crunch, which is the scariest variant of Chenpao. Banded's going to kill my team. There's no point in prepping for it. Chenpao is going to win if it's Choice Banded. There's no defensively checking that Pokemon. So we need to check it as best as we can. So the best we can do with this set is go with max defense, 112 HP. This gives us a 12 or 25% chance, or 75% chance to live a max attack, Adamant, Terra Dark, Black Glasses boosted Crunch from full. There's a 25% chance he gets the roll to kill us anyways. This is the best we can do because I can't take that speed out. Even if I took the little bit of speed out that would speak Glamora, things like Scarf Quackaball and Scarf Trick Goldengo, which are the 2 big things I was kind of scared of. Scarf Trick Goldengo especially. If I am Quiver Dance, he brings in Goldengo, tricks me, it's over. I have nothing. Especially because I don't have a fire move, I can't kill Goldengo immediately. So I kind of need that extra turn to, like, 1-2 him instead of just, 1 jab, get rid of him. So that's going to be Volcarona. Now, who are we bringing next to Volcarona? So everybody knows that we got Jimmy Bundler in the playoffs. We got Cheesecake. Everybody loves Cheesecake. Everybody loves Cheesecake. I love Cheesecake. But the second Pokemon I'm gonna add to this team is the closest thing to a Chenpao check as we can get, and that is going to be our Choppleberry Supreme Overlord King Gambit. Now this King Gambit is going to have Sucker Punch. It's going to have Kowtow Cleave. It's going to have Low Kick, and it's going to have Aerial Ace. It's the closest thing we can get to fucking Chenpao check. It's the only Pokemon that doesn't get 2-hit KO'd by a Dark move. Chenpao is so massively brain dead with Terra that we just can't do anything about it. So, my hair will not cooperate. So, what are we going to do? So, we're going to put max HP, and we're going to go max attack. Or we're going to go 240 attack, sorry. And we're going to put 20 in our defense with an Adamant nature. So, what does this do? Why we do this? So, obviously, this is Chenpao check, and also with the Choppleberry can check Goldengo pretty well. Yeah, just naturally switching into Ghost and Make It Rain. Choose pretty nicely. This investment allows us to be 3-hit KO'd by max attack, Choice Banded, Adamant, Chenpao, clicking Icicle Crash after Rocks. So we come in, Rocks, Icicle Crash, leave. Come in, Rocks, Icicle Crash, leave, and then we die. But we can take that twice. That's pretty good considering that it's Choice Band, Adamant, Chenpao. Obviously, we live any sort of Sacred Sword with hazards and shit. Gets a little dicey, but it's the best we can do. We always live 1 after a Rock and a Spike, which is the best we could get. So why do we pick this moveset? Where is the Iron Head? So, Sucker Punch, obviously for picking off weakened Chenpao. It also puts pressure on a Scarf Goldengo, a Kilowatts roll, his fast threats that are faster than King Gambit that are really going to put in a dent. Next, we have Low Kick. This is the best move to consistently deal with Chenpao. We click Iron Head, the Terra Darks, we don't do a whole lot of damage. Terra Fairy has no place in this matchup. If John brings Terra Fairy, again, flying to Indiana, kicking him in his stupid face, because he deserves it. Low kick is the best consistent move, as he always stays a dark type. He's either 4 times weak or 2 times weak. Low kick's gonna do a shit ton of damage. Also puts dice damage into things like Quack-a-Vol. Fighting move is really nice for like Cyclozar and Wo-Chen as well as just Katao does enough to Glamora to where I really don't need the Iron Head to do damage to it. Katao is very spammable into this team. I'm more worried about Dozo and Slowbro than I am about Dash Bun. That's why I value the Dark move over the Steel move, because like I said, Dash Bun really has no place in this matchup, so I'm not overly worried about it. I have things that beat Dash Bun if I don't. And Aerial Ace is there for Quack-a-Vol. Quack-a-Vol is something that can very easily come in on King Gambit on a Dark or Steel move, or even a Low Kick, because it's not that heavy, and just absolutely munch. So Aerial Ace does a huge nuke to Quack-a-Vol, and if we can get rid of that thing, that is just a massive win. As it is kind of annoying. It's not great against my team, but it's also just kind of annoying. So that is going to be our blinder set. Let's not forget his nickname and his agenda. So, we have a win con, and we have the closest thing we're ever going to get to a Chen Pao check. How else can we get Volcarona to win? Well, looking at King Gambit, he's got a lot to do. He's got to check Goldengo, he's got to check Chen Pao, hazards are really annoying for this team. So the best way we can kind of negate this issue is by alleviating some of the pressure off King Gambit and what he has to do. Now, who are we going to do this with? You probably didn't guess it. It's actually going to be Grimace or Muck, not Mudbray. It's going to be Grimace or Muck. I think it's one. I think I've been spelling it wrong this season. And we are actually going to go with an Assault Vest Muck with Sticky Hold, with Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, and last move, Kana Heat, we're going to go with Mud Shot. Now, let's talk about this set. This set helps us with the Glamora as well as the Goldengo. If Muck is here to check Goldengo, then Mr. King Gambit only has to come in and check the Chen Pao. This is what I mean by alleviating pressure. King Gambit can check both Goldengo and Chen Pao, but if I can split that in two, makes it a lot easier for King Gambit to check Chen Pao. Muck also checks Glamora if it's an offensive set, but it also checks the Goldengo pretty naturally. This also alleviates hazard pressure. Rocks, we can deal with. We run boots. Spikes, I don't think you can get more than one up without it dying. T-spikes are where the shit gets annoying. I really need to be switching around John and keep my positioning up. T-spikes ruin a lot of my game plan. So keeping T-spikes off the field as much as possible is going to be crucial. That's where Mudshot comes in. In a lot of mocks, how this went down is we would get it down to Sash with our lead, and then he would preserve the Glamora, as John is a player who likes to preserve things, bring it in a sack, and get a T-Spike up against my muck. Mudshot prevents that sequence from ever happening, because I click Mudshot on the incoming Glamora, it doesn't make contact, as it is any physical move, it's a special move, and we knock out the Glamora. No T-Spike, hands clean, we're good. So, that's the idea with that there. So, our spread, let me grab our spread, is going to be a 48 HP, max SPDEF, and a 208 attack with a Brave Nature. Now, why are we this? So, Muck, the only real idea we had with Muck in terms of EVs was to 2-hit KO a Goldengo. This 2-hit KOs a max HP Goldengo with Fire Punch. As I could totally see John, here's my best John impression, right?
Man, why has he got Muck, dude? Like, the Muck's not gonna do any. I'm just gonna click Mega Rain on Muck. Like, you know, it doesn't do any damage. Like, what does a Muck do? Why is it here? Kurt, why'd you bring Muck? I'm just gonna leave my Goldengo and click another, Make It Rain here, and we'll probably be fine.
That's my best John impression as to why we're making it 2-hit KO Goldengo. Because I can totally see his dumbass being like, this is a Muck, it doesn't do anything, doesn't get Earthquake or Knockoff or anything like that. So he's just gonna leave it in. If we can get big damage, we 2-hit KO Goldengo, bum. Goldengo dies, Muck's job is done, and we're sitting pretty. So, that's the idea with Muck. Max SPDEF, just because he's a chunky lad, here to be a especially chunky lad. Rest in HP. Pretty simple as that. I went 48 because, I don't know, I don't need speed. It's not like John has any base 50s on his team. He has Wo-Chen and then Dondozo. I'm not outspeeding Wo-Chen, and I already outspeed Dondozo with Brave Nature, so I may as well get the extra 3% out of fucking Mudshot. I don't know. I think it just makes more sense. I don't need speed for anything. So, that's Grimace. So we have a pretty solid start here. We have our win condition, and we have some pretty defensive checks to John's prominent offense. Now, it's time for Himmy Bundler. Not Buniri! Himmy Bundler is in the building, and it is, of course, I want you to know, this has become my favorite nickname. This is Jimmy Bundler, because John's favorite team is the Heat, and I've been watching basketball games with him now, and I really like Jimmy Bundler. He's very funny, and he's very good, and the nickname fits, and just fuck you. So, he is him. Now, what does him do? So, there was a couple discussions about what Bundle can do here. Obvious is specs, but I actually really don't like specs here. And here, I'll tell you why, young child. I'll tell you why. I don't like specs here because I can't lock safely. And you'll be like, well, he doesn't have great ice and water resist. What do you mean you can't lock? Why lock myself into a move where he does have resist? If I lock in Hydro Pump, he goes in Dondozo, and I'm sad. If I lock myself in Ice Beam, he goes Goldengo, I'm sad. So why lock myself when I can just do as much damage as possible without locking myself? So, we are going to go with a Never Melt Ice variant with the Quark Drive, with Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and Substitute. And we are literally just going to go like that. I believe we put the 4 in defense instead of def. There. Welcome to Jimmy Bundler. The easiest set, it took me 3 seconds to build. Though we played around with Mystic Water versus Never Melt Ice, but I really like the Never Melt Ice damage on things like Slowbro and Dondozo and things like that. I really didn't value the Hydro Pump damage unless he's like a max Spadef Goldengo, which is a whole different thing I'm not worried about. So, we are max speed Timid because Chen Pao is base 135. Iron Bundle is base 136. There is no point in me aggro creeping John because I have to outspeed the Kilowattrel anyways. Like, if I aggro creep down the Kilowattrel, I gain nothing because now I'm just putting myself weaker to Chen Pao. So I'm just going to outspeed it max, not fuck around with it. Fuck you, Chen Pao, you stupid bitch. And Substitute is there, one for a sequencing play, which I'll get into in just a second, but also it's there as a last minute resort against Chen Pao. John knows that I'm probably going to be this exact set with the EV spread. He's probably not going to expect Substitute, but he's going to expect something like this nature because that's what Bundle does best. Bundle does not do a whole lot, but this is what he does, and he does it very well. John's going to expect this. He's going to click Sucker Punch on my Iron Bundle if he doesn't want to switch into it. If it's late game, he doesn't want to switch into Bundle. He might just click Sucker Punch, try and take me out, or, things like that. If I can bluff that I'm choiced in any fashion, then I can click sub, get a sub up, and then remove him with Hydro Pump. Especially if he's Terra'd, we can just click Ice Beam then, and that's even better if we can pop that Terra early. Sub is really just a last minute counterplay to that, stupid dog. Pretty simple as that. Bundle kills things. Hopefully he clutches up in the playoffs. Now let's get into the real spice of this team. We have our main course, we have our appetizers, but now it's time for the spice, the little bit. You ever go to a restaurant, you get something safe, but you get that side dish that you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I'll dabble. Now it's time for some spice. So, remember at the beginning of the video when I said that Palmot does really good? Let's talk about cheesecake. Let's talk about big cheesecake. I can't type. Welcome to Palmot. Now, this is cheesecake. Now, there's a lot of different things I could do with cheesecake. But what I really liked with cheesecake was the fact that it brought in things that it couldn't beat. Now, this is why I'm scared of Sandaconda. Sandaconda comes in and I can't do fuck all to it. Sandaconda's a dick. Goldengo's also a dick, as is Glamora. So, there's a couple different things I thought about Palmot, but this was actually something that immediately sprung to me. This isn't like me reverse mocking, trying to pretend I'm good. This is me actually this is what I thought of. So here comes Sandaconda, right? On my Palmot, I click Double Shock. So I click Double Shock, pretty unresisted except for the dude guy. So I click Ice Punch, I can do a little bit of damage, I can do a little bit of chip skis, but I'm not gonna do a whole lot. So why don't we get a little bit creative with it? And we're going to go with an Eject Pack Close Combat set. We're also going to throw Mach Punch on there, and we're going to have Ice Punch in that last slot. This is the set that came to my mind. Now, let's talk about it. Double Shock goes very free into his team, especially if there's no Sandaconda. Kilowattrel's kind of annoying, but I always eat a hit from Kilowattrel because I am an Electric type, obviously. So Kilowattrel never OHKOs me from full unless it's Specs. If it's Specs, there is a small roll to OHKO me after a U-turn. But from full, no shot. So Double Shock goes very, very free. If I Double Shock into Glamora, he sets up his Hazard, his T-Spike, gets him down to Sash, and then I assume he's going to preserve it. If not, I can click Close Combat to knock out the Glamora, and then get free Eject Pack into my Muck, which is how that sequence has gone multiple times in mocks. He leads Glamora, I lead Palmot, I Double Shock into his face, he sets up Hazards, and then after he's dead, and I'm this guy, I Close Combat, and he either switches or he dies, and then Palmot goes whee. I hope that explained it, because I said a lot of words, but hand puppets. The other good thing about Palmot is John's speed tiers suck doo-doo butt cheeks. Again, I'm not outspeeding max speed dash button. You cannot make me. You cannot pay me enough money to outspeed a max speed dash button. So we are just going to outspeed a max speed Glamora, just like we did with our Volcarona. So that is just a simple 212 speed, right? Yep, simple 212 speed hitting 299. A max attack adamant nature, and a little extra in 40 HP 4 and 4. Boom and boom. Nope. What? Because this is 36. I'm good at this. So this was the idea, is that Palmot gains me a lot of early momentum. It against almost any lead, it'll gain me early momentum, and ideally, the best way the sequence played out is after I double shock the first turn, he switches Glamora into his Sandaconda as I close combat. I close combat, eject button myself into Himi Bundler, and now he's forced out. That's where I can sub, kill the Glamora, and then get a big Hydro Pumper feeling Scarf Goldengo, or Spadef Goldengo, or just Goldengo. So that was the whole plan with this. Cheesecake also gets me into Muck to get rid of that early T-Spike, which is another huge piece, because if I can kill Glamora and get rid of T-Spike, that's the best I can do about dealing with hazards. I really don't have hazard control in this team other than just throwing boots on everything, but I actually kind of need items this week, which is unfortunate. So that's the idea with Palmot there. So the last but not least, the final piece is just going to be another similar piece to Palmot. And that's going to be the final piece. That's going to be King Julian. Oh, King Julian. So King Julian is joining the squad. Now, King Julian fills a couple holes here. So you need to look at the first 5. And I'm really weak to Quackaball. I don't have great checks to Quackaball on those 5. I do have checks on the bench, but they weren't here yet. So Slowking, check Quackaball, as Duck was getting kind of annoying. So really solid check to Duck, but also it's another way of me stopping momentum. This is something I've brought in a couple times this season, and that's going to be eject button. Now, eject button does a couple things, especially for that Quackaball. If Quackaball is choice banded, obviously we will eat the U-turn, close combat, whatever, and spring ourselves out. If the Quackaball reveals choice band damage, or if I see an item, if it's like fucking boots or leftovers or something like that, that's free iron bundle off of an eject button to then force another KO. Like, the idea is to get bundle in as much as possible, because bundle forces KOs or forces 70-80% damage on a lot of Pokemon very, very easily. He just needs to get in, which was the whole point. You know, he struggles to get in. So we need to build this team to really, set him up for the shots. So that's the idea with Slowking here, is we negate momentum off of things like Kilowattrel and Quackaball, and just take that momentum from them, and we pull it back and we put it into our bundle. So pretty simple spread. We are literally just going to go with a 248 HP, max defense, and an 8 Spadef Slowking spread with a relaxed nature, and a 0 attack IV, 0 speed IV. Now, this is because I always want to go slow. I never want to outspeed anybody. I always want a chilly reception out of Dondozo. I always want a chilly reception against Slowbro. I never want to go fast. So, obviously, that's why we're running chilly reception to gain momentum. We are running Thunder Wave. We are running Psychic. And we are running Surf as our last slot here. So, this set is Slowking.jpg. We are no speed to obviously get that momentum. We are Thunder Wave against a last minute Chen Pao sack, potentially. If he goes hard Chen Pao expecting a Psychic or Chilly Reception and I catch him being overly aggressive. Thunder Wave's also nice for things like Cyclozar and Quackaball and, it's kind of annoying Pokemon. I don't have great ways of hitting Chen Pao, so I may as well click something if I'm trying to sack Slowking and he overplays or he misses, or I don't know. Psychic there, obviously hit Quackaball, because I could go no Psychic move and just say fuck you Quackaball, but if he is some sort of bulk upset, he actually does beat me 1v1, because obviously I'll have Surf. So I'm not going to risk fucking around with that. I may as well just hit the Quackaball and punish it. I could have went Future Sight as well, which is something I consider, but Future Sight brings in Chen Pao. We want him to stay as far away as possible. We do not fuck with Chen Pao in this building. We used to fuck with Chen Pao, now we don't fuck with Chen Pao anywhere in this building. That guy needs to stay far fuck away from us. And then Surf, obviously just a last minute move nice consistent damage. There's nothing else I really needed. So Surf is just nice consistent damage as a bulky Pokemon if I ever need to click it, but I don't see myself ever having to click Surf. So that's the basic idea with the squad. We have our win condition in GE. We have some defensive backbone against his offensive threats like Goldengo, Chien-Pao, and Kilowattrel in our Blinder and our Grimace. We have our Nuke, our absolute button masher, our buttons, as the Yuri would say, in a Jimmy Bundler. And then we have some nice heat momentum getters in Cheesecake and King Julian. So that is going to be our team. We are rocking out against John Jr. in round 1 of playoffs. That'll be going up tomorrow morning. And yeah, if you guys are curious, the 6 I'm expecting John to bring are going to be obviously Chien-Pao, obviously Goldengo, obviously Glamora, and then the other 3, I think Kilowattrel does very solid in my team. I think Dondozo does pretty solid in my team, and I think last mon is either Sandaconda or Quackleval. I'm saying Sandaconda, but I'm not negating Quackleval. I think the only 3 that have no business being here are Slowbro, Wochen, and Dashbun. I did see Cyclizar once or twice in mocks, but it really didn't do a whole lot over anything else. So yeah, my 6, I'm locking them in. My predicted 6, Chien-Pao, Goldengo, Glamora, Kilowattrel, Dondozo, and I'm going to say Sandaconda, because I think he wants rocks. So, am I right? Am I wrong? Are we going to win, or are we going to take our round 1 exit? You guys are just going to have to find out tomorrow morning. So if you guys did enjoy today's team building video, make sure to like button and subscribe button down below. On the left-hand side over there will be a YouTube video recommended for you, and on the right-hand side, right above my beautiful face, will be the rest of our BBR Season 5 playlist if you haven't checked it out already. So with that, I'm gonna get on here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's been Kurt, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I'm out. Bye.